So one of the ways I got myself into this movie was I decided I was like, well, Sundance Kid was really hot. So then the whole movie I was adding and subtracting hot points. So like
I hope you kept a tally. You're
did.
like, shoots the gun under the belt.
did.
Plus
That was
1
hot.
point. Shoots the gun into the corner.
He was
minus
wearing,
1, too much.
Wearing his hat. I was like, the hat's pretty
You had
cool.
the best hat
hot
in the
point.
movie. Welcome back to the set changed again. And look who's here.
Oh,
Hey.
I didn't have my hand on the button. Nick's here.
We did it.
He's
in the
back.
room.
I'm comfy.
all
We're in the same room.
Yeah.
together.
I'm not wearing shoes.
Is it really nice?
It's so
Make
nice.
yourself at
You
home.
can relax.
I'm so chill.
I
Yeah.
am wearing shoes.
Yeah, why?
I'm not wearing shoes.
I like
either.
shoes. And Carl
On your carpet.
is
though.
here
Boots.
as well.
Carl's
And he's
wearing-
got more phones than any of us. How's your phones going?
I got one for each hand now. I'm double fisting it. Well, they're both kind of useless because this one's not fully finished setting up, and this one gets so hot when you drive with it, it like freezes on itself. Which is
Can you
That's great.
just show that to the camera real
Yeah,
quick?
show your old phone.
So this is what I've been dealing with.
Oh my god.
This is the back. This is the front. It's got a pixel break, so it's very bright. Hence the tape. It's been my attempt to block the light a little bit.
How well does
But I
it
have this
charge?
phone- Not at all. So the port doesn't work, the little charging port. So I have to like lay it on a mat for it to charge. It's been a real uphill battle with this
So
thing.
since we've known you almost 10 years. And I think you've had 2 phones that entire time. And they were both the most broken iPhones I've ever seen in my entire life.
Like
I remember your
an iPhone 4.
4S
4S.
and that thing, right? Have you had any other
Forever
phones?
ago. I feel like I have, but I don't know.
I don't think you
feel
have.
Like, I
No.
had this one for really. I feel like I had an 8 at one point.
I remember.
Ooh, you
but
might have had
I
an
went.
8.
I think I went 4, 8, 11. I think I do every like 4 years.
I think I remember the 8.
But this one I held out for like 6.
Yeah.
'Cause This
Wow.
is like a.
How'd your 8
yeah.
die? Because I assume you threw
Same
it off
way,
your bicycle
probably.
or...
I think I think it probably did. I had one of those little clip on the bikes, and then I think it flipped, and
Yeah.
I didn't this time.
I remember
So-
your iPhone 4 used to like plug your charging brick into the wall in the big room, not the podcast, but the physical room that was big that we all worked in.
Yeah.
And you'd like put your phone on top of it and like plug the
have to
because
angle
the
it so
cable
it
had
gets
to
the right.
yeah.
Yeah.
We come back from lunch and it wouldn't have charged because the cable moved, and you'd be like, God! You just you
I'm
really
not good with
ride
tech.
phones threadbare if they
I
have
really,
threads.
yeah, I really do.
He's got to get his
Oh,
money's
man.
worth.
Speaking of threads, there's a new
I
Twitter.
really do. Oh yeah,
It's good,
segue.
man.
It's all right.
It's chaos.
We've been on Threader for
Threader.
24 threads.
Threads.
Threader.
Threader is a better name. I don't like the name.
Better sounds
Well,
more good.
Twitter. It's like more you're biting their stuff though with Threader. Like it's Twitter. And we've been threading. We're spooling up our
Spooling up.
threads. We're
Spooler.
sowing discourse on
Discord.
Threads.
Discord.
Reddit.
It's fine. It's
There's some
Twitter,
there.
but it's Zuckerberg because, at least he's not Hitler. Anyway, we're in the same room. We watched a movie. But before the movie, though, I want to talk about Danielle's sleeping habits. So, the other night...
I have perfectly normal sleeping habits. Thank you.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
I was in bed.
I sleep
we were,
so
We
good.
were in bed, and I was watching... I want to establish that I had been watching
No.
a Vice documentary on, I think, abandoned malls or something. It was very good. And I was watching it in bed. She's brushing her teeth for 48 minutes like she does every night before bed.
Listen, you have to have a skincare routine. Thank you.
I just like get in bed. It's whatever.
That's why your skin sucks.
I don't do anything before bed. Do you guys brush your teeth before bed?
Yeah, because we're people.
I don't brush my teeth before bed.
Nick,
That's disgusting.
Why?
Just in the mornings.
It's disgusting.
I've heard of lots of people doing this. I think it's alien behavior, but
And how many teeth problems have you had? Just in the last 3 years?
That's fair.
Yeah, like a million?
I have 3 toilet bowl teeth and a billion cavities filled.
Yeah, maybe brush your teeth. All right, back to me. So I'm watching this Vice thing. You're getting in bed. You are on TikTok looking at dogs jumping into swimming pools or whatever for a
I
bit.
don't know. Whatever I look at.
And then you go to
Maybe.
sleep. And I know that because you turn and then instantly you're out. And I'm like, whatever. I'm still watching the TV. I turn the volume down because you're like, can you turn the volume down? I'm like, yes. And I turn it down.
I remember asking you to turn the volume down.
I turn it down like 3 ticks and then up 2 because like I have to hear it over the fan. So I don't really turn it down that much.
The penis fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
penis
that's the
fan.
penis fan.
Don't give any context.
What?
I maybe put a picture of it on the screen. I don't know.
We'll see.
So you fall asleep and then about 20 minutes goes by. And so the dude was skateboarding inside one of the abandoned malls, and his shoe squeaks, and Phoebe's under the covers, and that pisses her off. So she gets up, starts barking at the TV, and you wake up, and you're startled, and you sit up, and you go, "Did the TV turn itself on?" And I go, "Huh?" And you're like, "The TV, did it turn on by itself?" And I'm like, "I have been watching this for an hour." And you're like, "No." And I go, "Yes." I'm like, "What do you mean?" You're like, "You were watching the TV?" And I'm like, "Yep. Go to sleep, please." And you just go, "Okay." And then you fall back asleep.
I don't sound like that.
And
Thank you.
it's the third situation like that. You did this about a year and a half ago where you woke up in the middle of the night and like hit me in the arm and said, "Is there a bug?" You just go, "Is there a bug?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" And you're like, "A bug, is there a bug?" And I'm like, "What are you?" And I start dying laughing. And the second time you woke up at 2 a.m. when I'd like put my phone on the charger and you asked me at 2 o'clock in the morning, "Why is it dark?"
I remember that one a little bit because I remember being mad at you because you laughed at me.
I
I was
laughed
like, "Why are you laughing at me?"
like a hyena because you turned to me sleepy and just goes, "Why is it dark?" And I'm like, "'Cause it's 2 a.m.
I don't know. I was mad.
And then
about
you
it.
went, "What?" And I started dying laughing because so you don't sleep, walk, or talk. You just sleep dumb. Like
I
you
don't-
just
It's not sleep
Sleep startled.
dumb.
well, you sleep and you have no comprehension of the real world, and yet you're asking questions as if you were conscious.
Some sleep talking.
And I ask you about this
Well,
but your eyes
I'm
are open
awake.
and you're like aware, but you're not aware.
No, because I don't remember.
Yeah. But like we'll have conversations and you're just chalked. It's hilarious.
I don't know if I talk in my sleep, but there's been a couple times where it'll be 3 a.m. and I'll get startled for no reason,
Ooh.
like completely awake. There's a couple nights where like it'll happen, I'll wake up, and then I'll just shoot up out of my bed and I'll be standing in the middle of my room.
And then
that
you're
like-
And
awake.
just looking around like, what's happening? Why am I even startled?
So I do something like that, but with me I think that's like baby sleep paralysis.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What?
it's like it's not full on sleep paralysis because you're not
Oh,
stuck.
baby sleep.
like
Okay.
not like baby, but
Well,
like
yeah, I thought you were just being mean.
Sleep paralysis junior. Because sometimes I'll have ones where I'll wake up startled thinking something touched me, and then I will see like spiders in the bed, but I'm hallucinating the
That's
spiders.
awful.
So I'll hallucinate like a bunch of tiny spiders or one big one in the bed, or it's been spiders, scorpions, ants, and roaches in the bed, but they're all fake. And it takes a good minute or two before I can, like, the logic part of my brain clicks on and I go, there are no spiders in the bed. You can put your head back on your pillow. And this happens to me like 2 or 3 times a year. And it's
That
like
sounds fun.
it's like a little sleep paralysis junior thing. But yeah, I start and I like get up on all fours and I don't like get out of the bed, but yeah.
My bed is on the floor now, so I hope I don't do that anytime soon.
Oh yeah. Floor bed.
Floor bed.
Floor bed.
Floor.
Bed floor.
We watched a movie.
We did. What movie did we watch?
Well, we watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Western number 3 of 4 for us.
3?
Yeah.
Oh,
Django Unchained.
Django.
I
Good, the
forget
Bad,
that
the
one.
Ugly.
Yep.
Yep.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and then we have Tombstone.
How
in
did I
the
forget
list.
about Django?
I don't know.
Tombstone is on the
Because
list.
it's modern
Yeah.
Yeah.
ish.
It has rap music.
Yeah, 2009 or whenever that came out. It was a really good movie. But this is not 2009. This came out in 1969.
That's when we went to the moon.
That is when
You
we went
know,
to the moon.
you know how
They
you know how I
say.
remember that year?
How?
There's an episode of Even Stevens where Ray
Yes!
sings a song
We went
To
to
the
the
moon
moon in 1969.
Not
That's what-
1970, but a year sooner.
I don't know that verse.
That lives rent free in my head.
I know that's when we saw the landing. That was lunar.
Oh, see, I don't remember that part.
So together
We got the
a
whole
full
song. I like it.
So you know that Bryan Adams.
I sing that. I hear that. I'm so glad that we both. I'm not alone. Go ahead now.
Never heard of it.
You didn't watch Even Stevens?
No, because no. No. You know that song "Summer of '69"
Yeah.
by Bryan Adams or whoever it's by?
Got my very first 6 train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he talks about like his age at certain like I was whatever years old when X happened in the song, and they're like, you were born. Someone in an interview was like, you were born to like you would have been too young to have had these experiences, and he said, I never said '69 was the year. You figure that out.
Wait, what?
So, he never said
I
that
thought he
16
says back in the summer of 60.
He just says summer of '69. He doesn't
don't know what
say
they're
that's
talking
what
about,
year
Carl.
it is.
It's a song.
Wow, that's a loophole. That
It's-
doesn't make any sense.
It's what he said. It's crass. Could be a sex thing. Anyway, so we watched Butch Cassidy.
The summer of 69.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying.
Interesting.
Maybe allegedly. I don't know. Old people discuss.
I don't know.
I closed my IMDb tab. Found it. This stars Paul Newman, famous for being Doc in Cars. It stars Robert Redford, famous for being super hot in this movie, and Catherine Ross, who's a person. I don't know.
I didn't recognize her from anything.
Nope.
Do you know who she was married to?
I hope that you're not finding value in who she was married to, but
Well, you'll find it significant because it was Sam Elliott.
oh,
That's a little bit of value.
Catherine Ross.
So
Sam Elliott was
Did
in
he
this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't.
didn't see him.
I was in this movie as poker player number 2 in the first scene.
I didn't see him.
That's a good Sam Elliott.
No, it's
It
not.
was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Wrangler jeans.
I think he was a spokesperson. I don't know.
Yeah, I rewound to try to see if I could find him in the poker scene. He's billed as card player number 2. There are 2 card players, and they both look like they're 80. So
Ooh,
Sam Elliott was not 80 in
a conspiracy.
1969.
No, because that would make him very old now. Like over 100. Like 140. Or 50.
That's a little too old.
Yeah, it's a little too old. Yeah.
Married to Sam Elliott, though. That
Married to Sam
is pretty cool.
Not still, right?
I wonder if
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not.
No.
If I had to guess.
I wonder if they were married then, and she got him in the movie.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Oh.
Did she get him into the movie?
No,
Were they
because she was
together
dating
then?
somebody else.
Oh.
She was dating a director, camera operator. She was dating a member of the crew.
She was dating the gaffer.
She was dating a member of the crew and not Sam Elliott at this point.
the caterer.
Yeah.
So the intro music I liked. I thought was fun. I liked all the music in the movie. I liked.
There wasn't a lot.
No, there wasn't.
No, there wasn't. one.
Love what was the one on the bikes?
Raindrops are
I was
falling
just
on
like,
my head.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Exactly.
What is
That was,
happening?
that was my reaction. But so the best part of that, this is skipping ahead to the bicycle scene. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a little jarring.
With it's Butch and Sundance's girl,
Etta.
who is Etta.
Mm-hmm.
And Butch has a bicycle because of some event that happened
Some
the previous
guy,
night.
yeah.
That's
I
not worth
assume he
explaining.
stole it from the guy
Probably because
because
bicycles
he's a
were,
bandit.
I think, worth more than horses in the 1860s. Like when the
Probably.
bicycle was,
Probably worth more than cars.
it
Who
was
knows?
invented.
These things were brand new.
Yeah. So, but the best part is when he's like, she's not on the bike anymore, and he's like riding and being crazy, and he rides through that cow fence enclosure and
Oh my God.
falls.
Yeah.
And there's a zoom into the cow's eye, like it goes like zoom, like really close into the eye, and she fell out laughing.
It was just so like, he's like, I'm looking at the cow, and then it was like, the cow's looking at him, and it was just like, it was amazing.
Yeah, they did like
It
a
was
really
amazing.
like over the top push into
It
the
was so
cow's
good.
eyeball, and we had 2 very different reactions. I went, "What?" and she started dying.
I thought
laughing.
you
It was
was
so
I
funny.
just thought it was funny.
I mean, I thought it was funny too. But like, what?
Don't question
there was
This
it.
whole scene just felt so out of place, though, for the rest of the movie. I was
Well,
just
so
like,
this
why
was-
are we doing this little pit stop here?
This was tonally such a different movie from the other two westerns we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This was like neo-western or contemporary western or something. This was not traditional.
It was like lighthearted.
More lighthearted.
Yeah,
Lighted or
thank
harder?
you. Lighted or harder. In a lot
It's
of
kind of
the
like the
scenes.
third man in that way because of the music. Kind of lightened it up a little bit. The
Oh
tone.
yeah, the SpongeBob music.
Uh,
Oh, this like
don't know about
fit.
that one.
And Paul Newman also is like kind of a goofball in this movie. So
He's a
it was
bandit, but he's a good
definitely
guy.
more goofy.
Yeah.
I think the other westerns we watched, the characters were more like stiff and just.
Grittier.
well, Clint Eastwood, yeah,
Grittier,
he looks
yeah.
like
More violent.
his spine. He's had spinal fusion all
These
the way
were-
up. Like he's just,
These were a little more human. Like they were scared at points and like
Yeah.
they weren't.
Yeah. More vulnerable.
Yeah. Good word.
I was a little nervous going in. The first 10 minutes, I was like, oh boy, this isn't going to be a long ride. But
Oh,
then
yeah,
as
with
soon
that
as we
heavy
kind of,
sepia.
Dude.
got into the plot, once they kind of picked up the gang and robbed the first train, I was like, okay, I'm into this.
yeah. I had to
Like
like
it.
tell you to have an open mind at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, you
'cause
did.
During the sepia, I actually wrote
Yeah.
down, is this movie going to be sepia the whole time?
Yeah, I know. I was
Same.
like, oh god, better prepare for this.
Because she's on
It's
like
gonna
her
be yellow.
phone, and I'm like, give it a chance.
I know. Which I did.
Cameron had mentioned watching National Treasure with your sunglasses on.
Yeah.
I was like, is this what it was like to watch National Treasure with sunglasses
what
on?
that was like is like, you know how a lot of like action movies or dramas, like what's that, Inside Llewyn Davis will have like that filter effect where it's like it's just a little more yellow because it's supposed
Yeah.
to be more somber or
More
whatever.
It's like when you go to Mexico and Breaking Bad.
Right. Yeah.
Everything's
That's
yellow.
That's how I experienced National Treasure. So National Treasure to me was a drama, not a comedy.
A drama
Like, yeah.
about Mexico.
Yeah, it was an action drama taking place in like El Salvador, not
I love it.
the U.S.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah. So no, I like the intro music. The sepia thing threw me off. I thought that was a cool introduction to the notoriety behind the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't have that opening scene as kind of out of place, and it kind of is very different in tone from the rest of the movie, then we don't know that Sundance Kid is like has the reputation as a stone cold left hand gun wielding killer.
Yeah.
Because just by name, this dude was like, "Oh, why don't you
I
invite
mean-
us to stay a while?" Like,
But then as soon as they leave, he pulls out his gun and like shoots off that guy's like
Shoots off his
holster.
belt.
well, he
And I was
asked
like,
him-
And then moves like his gun. The guy's gun falls to the floor, and he shoots the gun into a corner.
"Yeah,
Like
it's cool."
it was
how
pretty
how
cool.
realistic.
Oh no,
I know.
but-
So realistic because he's that talented,
but
Nick.
cool.
I mean, it was cool. It was great.
Annie
I bet
Oakley.
some shooters.
Annie
back then
Oakley
could
was
get pretty
real.
Good though. Yeah.
Annie Oakley was real, and she could shoot like the center out of a penny when you threw it in.
You
the
think
air
you
or
could
something
shoot
like that.
someone's belt off?
Do I think
Not you.
that I could shoot?
Do you
someone's
think
belt
there's
off?
someone in the world that could actually shoot a belt off?
Well,
shoot a gun out of a thing? It depends. They've done some like, I know like MythBusters did some not stuff like that, but like similar. Yep. Nick doesn't have a phone now.
It's gone
Um,
forever.
I'll get it.
just get it.
He'll get it. Hey,
It's back.
Nice. You did
We
it.
good.
This is a show about phones. But I don't know. I thought it was cool because the dude asked him like, "How quick are you, really?" or whatever, and then he was like, "Boop, boop, 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 boop," and like
Yeah.
shot the pistol out of his holster, and then shot it across the floor, and then was just like, "That quick, bitch,"
That
and then
quick.
like they left. It was awesome.
So one of the ways I got myself into this movie was I decided I was like, well, Sundance Kid was really hot. So
Yeah.
then the whole movie I was adding and subtracting hot points. So like
I hope you kept a tally. You're
did.
like, shoots the gun under the
I
belt,
did.
plus
That was
1
hot.
point.
5.
Shoots the gun into the corner,
He was
minus
wearing,
1,
you know,
too much.
wearing his hat, I was like, the hat's pretty
He had the
cool.
best hat
hot
in the
point.
movie.
He was a little bit rapey with his girl.
Yo,
Subtracting hot
Oh
points.
my god.
That
I
was
like,
rough.
You know,
I
he,
was
he
okay,
lost
it's
some
role
points
play.
for
All right,
that.
we're okay.
I was so relieved to
I
learn
know.
that they actually knew each
Yeah,
other.
what
I
did I
know.
write down? What did I write
It's
down?
like this is bad.
It was still a little creepy.
I mean, you know.
I mean,
whatever
I
you're
told
into.
Cameron, I was like, Cameron, don't try that. You will not get very far.
Yeah, I said.
Let me tell you
school
how that would
teacher.
go.
I said Sundance losing some hot points for forcing this lady
Yeah.
to undress at gunpoint, and then I said, oh, they know each other. It's not a pass though.
No, it's not a pass.
It's the world's
He could have
worst.
just said, I don't know, why did you need the gun, sir?
World's
Why did
worst
you need to do
foreplay.
I figured they
It was
were
pretty
into it.
bad.
I thought that was like their thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
I thought that was just their yeah.
All right,
that was
well,
their
if
special thing.
there was
know.
consent,
I mean,
All
she
right.
didn't seem thrilled. The next thing we see her do is go ride a bicycle and be all cuddly with his
I know.
Listen.
bro.
I didn't know who
Listen.
she was going to end up
Is this
with.
the first movie thruple?
Ooh.
That's what I was going to say.
I guess Casablanca.
They're definitely a
no.
throuple, right?
Yeah.
Casablanca, though, but that's not throuple.
Well,
they were enemies.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
Casablanca.
Yeah,
yeah, because you have Laszlo with
Yeah, that's not.
Ingrid. What was her name? Ilsa.
Ilsa.
Singing in the Rain, maybe. Because that one guy that hung
Singing
out
in
with
the
him,
rain.
No.
kind of.
She's not really have any like there's no
She didn't really
romantic
have-
tension with the
They're
other
all
guy.
together though. I mean, it's not as
Yeah.
romantic, but they're definitely.
There
a
has
group.
to be
This
some
was-
like tension for
What's
it
his
to be
face
a
was
throuple.
third wheeling.
Well, and this is the first
Yeah.
time, like, Butch and her went off together on the bike.
That was something.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
weird.
Shout out to the bike scenes. So good.
The speaking
When
of,
he
When he
throws
like, full
the
on circus music and she's throwing hay at him, like what is this movie?
But then in the towards the in like the second act when he just like throws the bike in the river and was like, "You can have this back, world," or whatever his line is, and then they have that sad shot of the bike just like laying in the creek. I felt bad for the bike. I was
Yeah.
attaching human. And I'm like, "Oh, the bike didn't
bike.
deserve that."
He's in a river. He's gonna rust.
the
Bike.
those bike scenes
components.
where Butch was doing all the like crazy tricks.
Yeah, before the cow.
There was a stunt double in the movie, but the stunt double couldn't do any of that, so he did it himself.
So Paul Newman was just like,
Yep.
"Fine."
How
The
em-
stunt double was like working on it for days and was like, I can't do it. I
How
can't keep the bike up
embarrassing.
straight.
Let's talk about robbing trains.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of I thought robbing trains was gonna be the whole movie.
I did too.
Yeah, a lot more of it than it was. I
But
thought.
they kind of needed to. So the way that it worked for me was like they were really successful in both train robbings to a point. So we set them up as successful
wouldn't say
bandits.
both.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they blew the money up in the second one, but if they had infinite time, they would have gotten more of it.
Right.
It's just he was too heavy with the dynamite. But they do like stop the trains, and there was some comedy with what's that dude's face in the train car.
I don't remember. But he was like, "You're not gonna steal this money
It was-
from my employer."
Yeah, and he does
It was something
twice.
ridiculous, like hard cock. Except
Yeah, it
not
was
that.
like
It wa-
poppycock or something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Bike
It might have been.
Woodcock.
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 Hard cock.
I knew it. I was close. That was close. That was close. Tell me I'm
That
wrong.
was your Fortnite comment, which I won't even say.
Oh my
No,
god.
stop.
That's neither here nor
Inside joke.
That's not here.
That's not here.
Oh boy.
Probably something really cool
Oh,
like
boy.
hard cock. Jesus wept.
Penis. Is that you?
Really good.
Hey, stiff guy.
Step Johnson.
Phallus man. Are you in the car now? Hard cock.
Oh my god.
Jesus wept. But
Robbing
I
trains.
wanted to talk about robbing trains. I don't remember why. I have to look at my notes. Oh, because the first time they pull up to the train, right, and Sundance Kid's like on it, and he's like running along it, and
Being hot.
jumps in from the coal area, and like
Yeah.
pulls the train over, kind of, and the conductor's like a fan, which was hilarious to me. But then
Yeah.
then they stop a train in like 25 yards.
Yeah.
Hang on.
And I was like, what?
So I watched this movie with my dad, and he
Oh, your dad's a trainman.
he works on the railroad, but like,
All
he
the live
doesn't-
long day.
all the live long day. He doesn't work on the train, but he like builds crossings and stuff.
Yeah, he's working on the
But
railroad
he
all
has
the
enough
time.
knowledge. So I asked him that. I was like, is there any chance that actually would have stopped that quick? And he said, trains that old? Probably.
Ooh.
All right. I redact
Interesting.
my note for a probably. I'll
Thanks,
take that,
Dad.
though.
Yeah. From an expert
One
tradesman.
hot point.
A tradesman.
So they rob one.
One hot point.
Yeah.
Stopped a train in 25 yards.
They rob the one
Hot
train, and then they go to their like Red Dead Redemption town where it's fine to hang out because they paid off the door lady, and she's all cool. And
Hanging out with the
I've got room number 9 ready for you.
The
And
ladies
then
of the
I
night.
want to talk about briefly the sheriff that tries to rally the town together to stop. What are they called? The Hole in the Wall gang?
Hole in the Wall
Gang.
gang.
The Hole in the Wall gang, which is Butch Cassidy's gang, from robbing their trains. Because the train robbery happened near our town, so it's our responsibility. However, this sheriff is 97 feet tall. Did you notice how tall he was?
I mean,
the
he was-
dude's legs were taller than me.
Was he standing on anything?
So he was standing on
He
a
was on a
platform,
porch.
but even still, because she's like, maybe
I
he's
said
on
the
a
same
box
thing.
or something. He was on a platform, but he looks ginormous. It's like Shaquille O'Neal as a train show. We got to stop the train, Robert. Like it was
didn't pay attention.
crazy. Well, you're
Not at all. Yeah.
you're
I'm just like, this
40
man's normal.
Yeah, you're 40 feet tall. So you're like one of my brothers. Me, him, and the Green Giant. Like yeah, from
Yeah.
green bean cans. So no, I thought that guy was tall, and then where the bicycle comes from is he's trying to ride the town together,
Yeah.
and they're no selling him. They're like, nah,
This guy was the worst. Like, he was doing a
he's
terrible
not
pitch.
not a good orator at
Yeah.
all. He's like, you're not gonna let me stop these guys alone, are you?
Yeah.
Abject silence. But then the bicycle salesman comes up. It's like,
you-
have you
you-
ever heard of bikes?
What are you doing? Well, you got a crowd together. I figured I might as well.
Bikes. Like, so that's where the bicycles come from, and then they're smoozing in the thing. And we've told this story out of order, but it doesn't matter.
We
They
did.
do a second train robbery. Hardcock is still there, and then they blow him up a second time, but they blow all the money into the air. And Sundance Kid's like, "It's so funny how you blew all the money in the sky."
Did you use enough dynamite, Butch?
Yeah. What is this like? You just keep thinking, Butch. That's what you're good at.
What was God? There was such a good line that Butch said around that time.
I don't remember.
I wrote it down.
Whatever
yeah.
they're selling, I ain't buying it.
No,
They're
it was
charging?
like something about his vision. I thought I wrote it down.
The
It was
rest
like,
of the
I got-
world, something as bifocals.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, something like that.
Dang, I thought I wrote it down.
What-
It was a good line. I
There was
promise.
a bifocal line because I thought of Ben Franklin because he invented the bifocals and we
Oh.
found his 3D glasses in
We
National Treasure.
did last week.
So they do a second train robbery.
Yep.
They blow the money up. They're gathering it. Some of the gang is, and then they see another little tiny baby train pulls up behind them.
Little
And by baby train, I mean a normal train that only has
It
one
just
car.
had one car.
And the car door opens, and then like a horse race, like 6 horses come out of it. Like
Yeah.
the pistol fire, and they're like, dun, 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 like they just come out.
They're coming.
Here's what I want to know: why did they stop so far away from him?
Yeah, I don't know.
It gave him just enough time to get away, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Plot armor?
Because they stopped half a mile away from him and then got out of the train. on
Maybe
their
it's like
horses.
how on like a red light you're supposed to stop to where you can see the car. The car in front of you is like tires.
I mean, I
There's-
can
there's
imagine
train
they would've
rules
waited for the
probably.
train to go
There's probably
all
train
the
rules.
way up.
Yeah, was your dad like, oh, following protocol? Like, I see that all the live long day, every day at work. It's,
Yep.
yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta stop a quarter mile away. It's the rules.
Maybe so they weren't being like too suspicious and making them run sooner.
I don't
That's
know.
what
You're in a
they would've had to
steam
go around
locomotive.
the bend,
I don't know.
And they cut the corner. Like they would have had to keep coming, which they wouldn't have stuck around for.
Maybe like gauging your
They just cut
stops.
the corner.
I'd imagine that gauging your stops is difficult, and maybe
Oh,
the
true.
conductor was like,
This is
"That's
good.
not gonna do."
Yeah, that's
what I
fair.
can do.
It's like I can't stop as fast as those guys.
Yeah, those
They
were
they
pros.
only did it probably.
Those were pros.
That's a plausible stop they just made. We don't even know. But yeah, so and then we get to the really quickly. We like humanize the protagonists, Butch and Sundance, because they're like, oh, we'll use our old bag of tricks to get like lose these guys. Oh, we'll pay off the doorman and send him down, and he'll tell them to go away, and then it works. And Butch is like, I'm gonna get back to boning this lady, and Sundance is like, I'll leave. And then the dudes like ride right back into town, and the doorman rats them out. But then they steal their horses back, and they try to shoo the pursuing horses like away
Very
from
well
the
trained.
stables, but they're well trained. They only know like one command. I thought Sundance was gonna know the command and be like, see, I'm so awesome.
He would have
But-
gotten a hot point.
He would've
But,
gotten a hot point.
but he didn't know the command.
But
so.
no, and then we get like racist question mark trope of, oh, the reason they are getting through all of our tricks is because they've got an Indian. And I was kind of like, oh, okay. We're gonna
well,
do
because like
I didn't really think
we
about
have it's like 30 minute chase sequence
yeah.
of these people hunting them down through rivers, through deserts,
Rocks.
through rocks.
They can't track us over rocks,
Yeah,
and then they just
then
do
there
it
they
with
are,
no problem.
You know,
I
it's
can't do that. How
night.
can they do that? Who are these
So-
guys?
Yeah, because like, it's like we're the best too, and then it's like, oh no, there's this famous like Indian tracker, Native American tracker, that they say Indian, but
You know,
You know.
we don't say that anymore because we know where India is
we do.
on a map. We could all point
We
to
all
India
definitely
on a
could.
map. And they're like, oh, all Native Americans can just track real well. It's a superpower they all have, which is
So
a
do
little
you-
crappy, but
You think they could see them from a distance? Like the people chasing them, they saw them up there. That's how they knew where to go.
well, no, but they went through like trees and stuff, and like sent one of the horses, so they would split up. And,
Like, how did
that's
they
worked a
know?
million
Like, when
times,
they got onto one horse together and sent off one of the horses, how did they know that they didn't split up?
That's
you know?
what I'm saying. Is they're just relying heavily on a like racial trope,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I don't think scans in
Well, no.
2023.
But it
'Cause it would
did
be
in
impossible.
1969.
Well, and the other thing, though, all that aside, that was, is they're like, this guy never leaves Oklahoma
Wyoming.
or wherever they
Yeah, there was
Wyoming.
a-
You know that. He never leaves Wyoming. And then, blah, blah, blah. Do you see, like, 2 more escape attempts later? They're like, hey, it looks like that guy's wearing a white hat. Could that be whatever the famous, who's the toughest sheriff that we've ever run up against? And blah, blah. Oh, he never, ever leaves a completely different state. You know that. So it's like, they're so notorious that they've got a sheriff that never leaves one area and a Native American tracker that never leaves another coming together to get these guys and
Yeah.
kill them. It's crazy.
Yeah, the best squad, the
Yeah.
A tier squad is
Yeah,
coming.
of 6 dudes that are just like impossible to get away
The
from.
Western Avengers over here.
So that was.
But then we start learning things about them, and I'm just like, how did you get this reputation? Because what's his face? Who was it that had never shot a guy?
It was Butch, but
Well,
Butch
jumping
is,
ahead here, but
Butch is a smooth talker.
Butch had never shot a guy, but he's one of the most notorious.
Yeah, because
He's also
it's
based
his,
on a real person who also didn't kill anybody.
correct.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
These are
So this is like, it wasn't unbelievable.
These are grounded in reality, and it's
Yeah.
that was established ish though in the beginning of the movie he has to he goes to the hole in the wall gang, and they've mutinied.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So they've given the dollar store great colleague takes charge.
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is like, it's my gang now, Butch. Guns or knives, and wants to fight him.
Neither.
And he's just smooth talks his way out of it, kind of, and also kicks the dude in the balls and backhands him in the face and doesn't even
Knocks
kill
him
him
out.
and just wins and is like, my gang now.
Eat.
And has a way of. That's just how I took it. Is he doesn't have to kill people
Right.
because he's so good at robbing and having his crew do the dirty work for him. He's just like any CEO or boss,
Ooh,
not doing anything.
that's fair.
Doing all the logistics and none of the dirty work or whatever. So I liked that at the end, or not the end, but in Act 3 when it's I've never shot anybody. And
Yeah.
he's like, you're about to shoot people. And then Sundance, on the flip, his reputation is being a cold, hard killer. So he kills for 4 men. So it's
That's
fine for Butch to not have killed anybody because he's like, well, I got this guy. He's got a ringer.
I got
Also, minus hot point. He can't swim.
Mm.
Like me.
But he said it so charmingly.
Yeah.
You can't swim?
I can't swim.
And he still faces
I've never
fears.
had to. You know?
He just stands up.
I stand up.
I guess that makes sense. I can't relate
Any
to that
pool I've ever
struggle.
stood in, it's not over 6 foot.
Wow. I've never wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. You can just stand.
Just Olympic pools, and it's just the diving pool. He's like, I'm just fine.
I'm
You don't
just
really go
staying
swim,
at
you just
the
go
end.
for a walk in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like my bathtub.
me and the guy that was giving the town speech, just walking through water.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy was so tall. At least he looked tall to me.
Maybe
right.
plus hot point though. Even though he couldn't swim, he still jumped off the cliff
That's true.
to
I
evade
would
danger.
not have done that.
He
No,
jumped
I
off
wouldn't
the
either.
cliff. They lost their hats, which made me sad because
Sad.
I loved their hats.
Their hats were pretty cool.
I thought Butch's hat sucked. I liked Sundance Kid's hat a lot though.
Poor Butch.
The black hat was.
Sundance had
face.
better style.
Yeah, he's got a better face too. He's a good looking man. You had a question.
Yeah. So
That would be good to put at this point in
Right
the
here.
show. Yeah, we should do
Yeah.
it right now.
right now,
Yeah.
if you had to cast this movie today, who would you cast as Butch in Sundance?
I don't want to go first.
Are we
I
going
mean-
older or younger? Because I don't know anybody at that age.
It don't
but,
matter.
So I did it.
Miles Teller reminds me of Paul Newman.
Oh,
The guy that was in
that's
the
a
most
good
recent.
one.
The guy that was in the most
Top
recent
Gun.
Top
Top
Gun,
Gun.
and so
That's
as
a
soon as I
good
saw it, He
Butch.
also has a little bit of like Tom Cruise in his face and his delivery because he's that likable main leading guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I
That's
haven't
a
given
good
much
thought
thought for Sundance.
I feel like
That was a lot
Sundance is
tougher
the harder one.
Yeah.
because he's got like kind of Ryan Gosling vibes with the blonde hair, like action star, but he also kind of reminds me of Brad Pitt a little bit, in that he's like the more rugged leading man. But I don't know if that's not a good pairing with Miles Teller. So I don't know.
so I
Interesting.
have two pairings here. The first one for Butch, Paul Rudd. Think about it.
It would
Some
lean.
of his delivery,
It would lean a lot more goofy than this
Yeah, it
did.
would.
it would. But there were a couple lines where I was like, this, I could see Paul Rudd doing it to a T. Also more goofy, which would be a good pairing with Paul Rudd. Sundance as Owen Wilson.
Of course, that's obvious.
Yeah.
So you're just talking. Yeah, you're talking. What's that movie they did?
Did they do
With
one
him and Ben
together?
Stiller. It's not like it's a different movie. But
Oh,
it's,
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of the same
So
tone. just in
so
a more
my
modern era.
my pairing was Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. And to
Really?
do a sillier
Really?
movie. Yeah.
Oh
but
my
like
gosh.
but like Ben Stiller doing his Zoolander face for the whole movie.
I couldn't think of any pairings, but my thought was like, if they remade this movie today, I think they would lean too hard into the goofy. Where I
Right.
feel like this movie rides
You're
the
right.
line really well.
Or
Yeah.
I think a good Butch, even though I hate this guy,
Oh
Adam Driver.
no!
No.
He's
He's
a
not
good actor, though.
sexy, but he's got the
Adam Driver's not lighthearted enough to be
He
Butch.
totally
though.
can be. He's been on SNL.
He's too dry.
Yeah, he was on SNL as like
That would be if you
As
did it.
Kylo
Kylo
that
Ren.
charm.
For appearance or just like tone.
So my first,
This is mine was
Either.
appearance.
mine was appearance, but I also have tone here. You ready for this?
Okay.
Paul
Ready.
Rudd's an interesting one because the tone. Yeah. What was the other one?
For Butch, Brad Pitt,
Okay.
What?
and then for Sundance, Danielle might appreciate this. Rudy Pankow.
Who the hell is that?
Pan cow.
It is JJ from Outer Banks.
oh okay.
I kept seeing this guy's face in Sundance.
I could see it. I could see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be a good Sundance. Yep.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a
Wow.
when they're young, like a
Wow,
preboot.
Butch.
A preboot?
Wow. Yeah.
A
Like when they're
prequel.
young and still going on, like or maybe when they're meeting, Sundance and
How
Butch
did they meet?
for the first time?
Yeah.
Like when they're younger, but because we already know how this story ends. We can't.
They
go any
didn't
further
know a
than this.
lot about each other.
Would be cool about a preboot would be it'd be terrible. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way it would
Oh,
be good.
it'd be terrible, yeah, but yeah. There's never been
Yeah.
a good reboot or preboot.
This was only a couple of years after The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and it felt like, to me, it felt miles more modern.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just the difference between a Western and a spaghetti Western.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
wouldn't even say this is a Western. This feels more contemporary or something. It doesn't feel. It feels like it's on the
There were-
No,
there were
it's a
Western.
West.
It's a Western, but it also feels like a buddy cop movie.
So there are parts
yeah,
of
a little bit.
there were parts of it where it felt like especially in the lighter and more comedic parts, like the second train robbery, both the train robberies really. I was like, oh, this reminds me of like 70s summer blockbusters, like Smokey and the Bandit or something. Which I love that tone. I love the like 70s goofy blockbuster, like coming of age, but not quite kind of movie. Like this.
the guy from that movie, what's his name?
The guy from that movie.
The main
Burt
guy.
Reynolds.
Burt
Burt
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
He would be a good Butch.
Yeah. It'd be
He
so
might be
different.
more. Would he
He's
would he be more
goofier as
Sundance?
well. Sundance is too stoic. I don't peg.
I feel like Burt Reynolds was stoic in the Bandit a little bit.
In what? In what?
Smoking the
In
Bandit.
Smokey the Bandit? Yeah.
I feel like he was a
Never
little bit of
seen
the.
it.
I don't know. Let me tell you. Maybe the first movie we watch in January will be Smoking the Bandit because it's outside of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and like the series that I like. That's my favorite movie of all time.
It's a fun combo.
That's the one where he's like a race car driver and he's trying to smuggle or something.
Yeah, well,
What am I thinking of?
they're bootleggers.
Okay, I almost watched. I'm gonna watch that next. I'll do
Don't
it.
save it for January.
Okay, I will.
I want you two to experience it for the first time right before the show, and then we'll talk about it because and Danielle will be miserable.
I won't be miserable. It's just he hypes it up a lot.
It's the best movie ever made. So Bolivia,
Yeah.
they run away from this gang after they jump in the water. They get away, and they're like, "What if we went to Bolivia as 3 white people that don't speak any Spanish?"
That'll go great.
Won't
No, the
stand out
lady,
at all.
his girl spoke Spanish.
Yes, true.
And
Oh, at a place.
taught them
Taught them loosely
How to rob.
on paper.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
to
pull 'em
rob.
out.
because they try to rob
People.
a bank, and the guy's like, "What?"
What?
It's like, "De donde?" Like,
I know how to rob a bank.
He pulls out a paper and is like trying to say the lines in Spanish, and he says in Spanish up against the wall. And he's like, "You're already up against the wall. Move on."
That's the second time though. That was after Spanish lessons.
Oh, okay,
And then
okay.
they still screw it up.
Yeah.
But then like she robs one with a couple with them.
Yeah.
And then they like totally are successful robbing banks again. But then they get a little heat.
Yeah.
And then they see a white hat.
Yeah, they see the white hat guy, and they realize.
Do we think that's the same guy that was
Yeah.
tracking them before?
Probably.
I think so.
I mean, we can only assume that they did, and that's good enough for the audience.
I kind of like that we don't really know.
Yeah, because it's
Didn't
not.
we say who it was at the end? It was the guy that they robbed the train from. It was his group. He sent the
yeah,
whole
Oh,
posse
he was
yeah.
paying.
Right, we didn't ever like name specifically, but we know who.
Yeah,
did it.
yeah. So, they have to like go straight. They're like, "We'll just go straight," and then the chick leaves for.
I didn't know why she left.
It was.
I didn't
The
understand.
second, so spoilers, obviously, but the second that she said, "I think I'm going to go ahead and go home without you," I was like, "Oh, they're both dying."
Yeah, well, yeah, because so when she agreed to go along with them, she said the one thing I won't watch is you guys die. Like I'll skip that scene or whatever she said.
So she was
Yeah.
like,
So
this
meta.
is
I
getting
think she
too-
felt like, I don't know if they're gonna get out of that, or it was just convenient writing to get her out. But yeah. So that all happens, and then we meet the best character in the movie that lives for about 11 minutes.
I was so sad.
Is the most impactful death. Let me find the outline because I wrote it.
He deserved better.
Percy.
Old
So
Percy.
they go straight and they find Percy, who works in the mines, which is why Butch wanted to go to Bolivia in the first place. He's like, "There's 10 mines," and I'm like, 10, and then gold and silver and whatever. So I guess the mining industry in Bolivia was picking up. So there's a lot of money in the banks to steal. Was his logic? And Percy is a miner, and I don't remember. Was he transporting money or the?
Yeah, for payroll. So you go down
Yeah.
the mountain to get the money to take back to then pay your miner workers.
Yeah.
But the bandits would then come and steal your money once you were on the way back with it.
See,
I feel like there's got to be a better system.
you made that make perfect sense. I got so lost
Really?
So you know
in
what?
the last 30 minutes
You know
of
what
this
she
movie.
said just then?
They didn't say it that clear.
That's exactly what Percy said.
No.
Yeah. 100%.
They said
Like,
it in a lot more
this
words.
is but it was super simple. You should just maybe look at phone less and movie more.
I
don't
didn't
know.
touch my phone at all, dude.
How do you keep doing this?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I was taking notes, but still, like,
It was so. In fact, it was like it's an uneducated minor explaining to them.
okay,
because,
well, he was an actor.
because
for one.
in fact, like at one point they're like trying to protect him on the way down. They're like, "There's nobody gonna attack us on the way down."
I remember
yet,
that.
dummy. We
I
don't
remember
have the
that.
money yet.
You moron.
Yeah, but before that, he explained. He definitely explained it.
I know.
It's okay.
I got to stop watching these late too. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
it was midnight by the time this happened.
Yeah, same. An
Whatever.
Abercrombie shirt once told me, "Make improvements, not excuses."
What?
Well,
I mean, it's good.
But that guy dies.
but before
That hurt.
Well, wait, he had this amazing
he had my
line.
favorite line. He was like,
Yeah.
"I'm not crazy. I'm just colorful."
And then
And I was like-
literally, he says, y'all think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just colorful, and instantly gets shot in the chest by bandits. Because
straight off his horse.
he was walking in front. And I'm like, you're guarding
Yeah,
him.
why
We
was
should have
he-
one of y'all in front, him in the middle, one in
Did
the
they?
back.
They didn't care about him.
No. Well, they also didn't know which way to go at that point.
I guess
That's true, they're new.
Hey,
First day on the
how hard
job.
is it to be like, hey, the left's up here?
I mean, yeah. You can't kill off your leads, though.
I'm saying bad
Not
bodyguarding.
till the end.
Well, of course they're bad
maybe.
bodyguards. They're bandits.
Maybe. Famous ending. Anyway, so he
No.
di- I mean, yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so bodyguard dies, and then they're in a gunfight, and that's when Butch is like, I've never killed anybody. And that's exactly
Just
how he sounds.
aim for the chest or aim for the middle, and you might hit something.
Yeah. And then they kill 6 people with absolutely no problem.
Yep.
After which I went,
They were sad about it though, at least.
yeah, but then you have to go, well, they were being chased by 6 people, so if they killed these 6 people, really easy. Could they kill those 6 people?
Yeah, but those were the hunters.
Yeah, they had an Indian.
They had an Indian with the white hat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, not the Indian didn't have a white hat.
Yeah, well, the main guy in the.
It's 2 different people. Are you serious?
What do you mean? The guy in the white hat was the Indian.
No.
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 Oh my god.
We don't even know if the Indian was there or not.
Yeah, wait, we don't even know. How are you
We know.
so
It was
confident?
just a MacGuffin. That was what was driving us.
They
along
talked
here.
about 2 separate people. They talked about the Native American tracker.
They were
And then there
throwing
was a
out
sheriff-
ideas.
There was a sheriff that wears a white hat.
They were like, it could be this person, it could be that person, but it was
No,
always the same
no,
person.
No.
There was a
no,
whole group of 6
No,
of
it was
them.
6 of them. And you see the Indian guy on the ground not wearing a white hat tracking them when the second horse goes up in the mountains. It's 2 different people. That's what I said like 30 minutes ago, is they have a posse of like elite people chasing them.
So they were both there.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was ideas they were throwing out. Like, it
So-
could be this person, it could be that
This is
person.
one of those moments where I feel like Jim in the office.
Just stare at
Just
the
look at
camera.
the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm sorry, man.
Should
Movies
watch,
are hard.
Should you watch these twice?
Maybe. If I stop procrastinating.
But
And
were
maybe
the
if I
papers
see-
in the piano?
Yes, of course they were. As a major
we
plot
know
point.
that by the end of the movie.
No, oh my God.
We can't do this.
I'm making a joke.
We, the 3 of us,
I'm making a joke.
virtual Carl, watched the same movie, and you're over there like, I don't know if like some plot points just like go through a hole in your brain or something and like don't make it.
I might have a couple holes.
Yeah, I think you do. Were you
Maybe
like
just blink
were
really
you-
slowly, and you're like missing 6 seconds of time.
either
Just
that or it's-
blink faster.
It's that DuPont plant water in West Virginia.
Dude,
you
you're
were
not
drinking.
kidding. You're not kidding. Our city was nicknamed Chemical Valley. So
Oh,
there's that.
that's where you
There's
want to
that.
live.
Yeah, that's where.
Chemical Valley.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
holes
almost
up there.
heaven. West Virginia.
But this is good. I'm learning. I'm learning so much right now.
I'm learning.
So the
Did the
ending.
whole slow mo
so
death like not seem as impactful? Like the
So
him like screaming, and I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah, it
it,
was-
seemed like it was.
it was bad.
Like, not-
yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah, that sucked. I didn't like
So
that.
you. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
No,
I
that
thought
was
we
the
had moved
bandit
on.
death.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
yeah.
bandit death to give us
Yeah.
gravity, and they had to do a killing.
Yeah,
and
that
it's
felt,
different than
that felt
the
weird.
killings they did earlier. So,
It's not.
yeah, that was I didn't like that, but I feel like it's the '60s. I feel like they're just kind of trying stuff out. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
let's do some slow mo. We have the technology now.
Yeah.
We can make film go slower.
It kind of made me
It'll be
sad
cool.
that they were robbing all the Bolivian banks. Because I was like, little Bolivian guys, they don't have a lot of money. You're taking their money. It's rude.
Well, apparently,
All they've got is this little farm, and you're stealing their money. It's rude.
apparently, real life Butch Cassidy though was a bit of a Robin Hood, which I haven't seen that movie,
But you know what that means,
but I know what
right?
that means.
Okay.
And he gave back to people, and he was
Yeah.
he
That makes me
I heard
happy.
He
about
was a
that
good
too,
guy.
but I
He
heard
was a
it
good
wasn't
thief.
as Robin Hood as they say. It was
course
kind of
not.
like
It's a little
I steal to
inflated.
help my people, not the poor.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
Dang it.
definitely revisionist history or like folklore.
Yeah.
dang.
Well,
Well, I would like to believe the folklore.
-2 hot
Yeah.
points.
Well, he's not the one that the hot points are about.
Yeah, he's not Sundance
That's
Kid.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
We're only worried
not
about
in the
Sundance.
Yeah, Sundance was hot. The ending.
Yeah,
Let's
wait.
talk about the ending because the ending is one of the most like famous endings in movies.
This wasn't the ending I thought it was. I was thinking of a different movie.
Okay, well don't
Yeah.
spoil that for us in case it's on the list.
I'm not going to say it. Yeah, but it was a different thing. It was the same actor, but I was
So
like, oh, I guess
I think I mentioned that the ending, like you might or might not
You
like
thought
it
I
at
would
the
hate
end
it.
of last episode,
You
and then
did.
I was like, oh my god, I hope it was the right ending. So at the beginning of this movie, when we started it during sepia time, I was actually looking up the ending just to make sure it was because it's the only part of
Well,
this
of
movie I
course
had
you were.
seen. No, like the literal scene. I had seen it before.
Yeah.
But I was like, I hope it's the same. I saw it before in some Watch Mojo list of like weird movie endings.
Watch Mojo.
And this was, I think, number 1 on that list. Of like,
Of, like-
I think it was like ambiguous or like
Oh, ambiguous.
odd movie endings
Was it
because
ambiguous?
you can
Yeah, I don't
choose
think
Okay,
to believe.
let's walk through it. Let's walk through it.
You'd be an
You
idiot.
really have to.
You would
put
be
on
an
those,
idiot,
yeah,
but you can
police
choose to
suspenders.
believe
I mean,
that they get out of it
I
because
don't
you
think
never
so.
watch them die. You just
Yeah.
they're both shot once, and they with one pistol in each hand. They're cornered by the Bolivian police.
So many.
They think there's like
the
6 of
military.
them. They
Right.
don't know the entire military's there. Which is when we hear them shout fuego and we hear 1,000,000 rounds go. But it's like maybe they made it.
no.
Every building around them, the rooftop was lined with guards.
Yeah.
There's no way they made it. But it's a really like we're talking about creative choices with the slow-mo shot. Like, dude, that's a creative choice.
I mean, that's
I liked
that's
it.
an iconic image.
Yeah, that was a
That's
good
to end your
ending.
movie.
Did you know about it?
No,
No.
I didn't know about it.
What
I
did you
wasn't.
think about it?
I wasn't mad about it. Well, to me, I feel like they're definitely dead. Like it's not open ended. An
Oh, yeah.
open ended ending that would bother me. I don't know.
Smudge my glasses.
I feel like there was enough resolution to their story that I wasn't mad about it.
Yeah.
I agree.
If that makes sense.
And Etta got out.
And she
She's
got
back
out.
home.
Yeah,
I don't give
Yeah.
a shit about Etta.
I
neither
do.
does history because neither does history because they're not even sure that was her real name.
Oh,
She's kind of just a myth at this point.
They're just like, we need a broad in this movie.
Etta Place, just a made up name.
yeah.
And that's the best they could come up with.
Yeah, there
Etta.
Not
was
even sure
there
she's a
Place.
school teacher.
there was significance to the word place.
I read that they only made her a teacher in this movie because they saw a picture of the actual like historical lady and they were like, she's too pretty to be a prostitute. So they made her a
She's too pretty to
teacher.
be a prostitute.
Oh boy, man.
So yeah.
Seems like the opposite. She's too pretty to be a teacher. Doesn't make her a prostitute.
Well, I
That doesn't
guess
seem-
prostitutes in the Wild West were not very. They were known for being like haggard and not super pretty. So.
Well, how blessed are we to
listen.
live with modern?
I mean,
we got them pretty whores.
count your blessings.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
I mean, the Wild West. It was a rough place, man. I wouldn't want to live there. Literally at the
I
beginning of the
reckon.
movie, Etta is like in her little house, and I was like, it would be so scary to live here. You're just out in the middle of the like desert. There's no one to come save you if anything happens. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah, and
You
all she
know?
had was her little lantern to light up the place.
Yeah.
Which is a very powerful lantern, I thought.
Yeah. One lantern.
She lit one match in the whole, and you see the outside of the house, and every window has light coming out.
Yes, Lantern Pro Max.
Movie magic.
Pro Max.
Let's do star ratings
Let's do it.
and move on to the last part of the show. I haven't thought of this at
Who
all.
wants to go first?
I also haven't thought about it.
Carl, have you thought about your star rating?
No, but
Oh,
else.
good.
I can go
We're a
first.
professional podcast.
I thought about my story.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, once again, I love it when you say I'm going to hate a movie and then I actually end up liking it. Because
my
Are you doing
Secret.
that? Is that out of spite?
No.
Okay.
No, trust me. Have you heard my
Enjoying this out of
ratings?
spite.
That's fair.
If I hate it, I'm gonna hate it.
You're right.
Gangs of New York, I hate you.
You even hated a musical. You're right.
I did. And you
one?
know me. West Side Story.
Oh, that movie was.
It was terrible. I'm kind of torn with my rating because here's what's gonna bump it up for me is I would watch this again, and that pushes it up to a 4 stars for me.
Wow.
I was gonna go 3.5 because I liked it more than Seven Samurai, but the fact that I'm like I would like want to watch it again bumps it up to a 4. I think so. It was about what I expected. I liked that it was lighthearted. You know, I liked my hot points, enjoyability. You know,
That's
that
fun.
made it fun for me. And it was also just cool. Like the scenery was pretty. I haven't really watched a lot of westerns, so it was kind of a different experience. I liked it. It was good. The writing was good. It wasn't too cheesy. It was like a good like the one-liners. Like they all landed. I don't feel like they were too cheesy. The writing
Just
was good.
enough camp. Just a dash of camp.
Little
Yeah.
camp, little serious, little bit of
Little
kind
romance,
of little
little action,
romance.
little suspense,
Little throuple.
Yeah,
little mystery, little drama.
It had it
Little
all.
bit of everything. Yeah.
So
A smorgasbord of stuff.
Smorgasbord.
yeah,
Smorgasbord.
little smorgasbord.
Yeah. Western
Sure.
smorgasbord.
I'm gonna go 4 as well because I just
Ooh.
looked at my list and saw that I gave The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly a 4, and I thought this movie was better. So
So you
I
don't
Wait,
go
wait,
4,
wait.
5?
You thought this was better, Good, Bad, Ugly?
enjoyed it more than The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Wow.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, although widely regarded as to be the best in the Man with No Name trilogy, is not my favorite one. Fistful of Dollars is. So
Take that, the good, the bad, the
I
ugly.
have to. I was
Take
going to
that,
give it a
Clint
3.5,
Eastwood.
but I have to. I feel like a 4 is kind of too high for this movie. But I have to at least tie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and put it at the top of my Western ratings because it's probably. I mean, it's up there. I had a good time with it. It's a fun movie. I'd watch it again too. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Nick's like 1
No.
star.
No.
I didn't know the white hat guy was a different
Shut
guy.
up, bro.
1 star.
I don't even sound like that. I gave Good, Bad, Ugly a 4-star, which
So did I.
makes sense with my gut saying 3 for this.
3. Okay. You like Good, Bad, the Ugly more.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
I really liked the mystery around Blondie in Good, Bad, Ugly, and I prefer the legendary outlaw character versus the vulnerable, to use Carl's word, scared Butch. I don't know. I feel like I've said everything I have to say about this
There
movie,
you go.
but
A 3.
yeah, we'll go 3.
Carl?
All right. I think I'm gonna go 4. I don't know if I liked it more. I think I enjoyed it more than The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, but I think
Same.
I know that The Good and Bad, the Ugly is a more important Western.
Eh.
If that makes
That's
sense.
true,
Like-
but there's a point where spaghetti westerns are harder to watch. You got to get past the
Yeah.
voices not syncing up, and
Yeah.
you know.
But I think the characters are more iconic. I think it just that Western was more important for Westerns than this one was for Westerns. But still,
For sure.
a super fun movie. I think the camaraderie between Butch and Cassidy was fantastic. I thought, like we already said, it has a little bit of everything for everybody. And I did watch it multiple times, so it has
Oh,
that
nice.
going for it. Yeah,
So 4,
yeah.
4, 4, 4,
Wow.
3.
3.
Yeah, we agree again.
Me and Carl, look
Yeah.
at us.
2 for 2.
Who would have thought?
And that makes 4. Yeah.
And that makes 4.
Simple math.
It's a straw movie. Let's let Nick do it.
Yeah. Oh my God. If I pull
It's
the
your first
Truman
time.
Show, I've wanted the Truman Show
I hope-
since we started
That
this
would be
thing.
I hope you
So
get
I've
it.
actually replaced all of the tickets with 25 Truman shows. Really. And I actually didn't I say that last week was the halfway point for the show?
You did.
It's wrong.
It's this week.
This-
This is the 26th episode, and there's 52
52.
weeks. I don't know if there's 52 movies though.
There better
I don't
be.
remember
I don't know. Probably.
because we had that COVID week.
We did have a COVID week.
I don't remember if we caught up or not. So no,
don't
I
think
think
we
the
did.
last.
I
I
think we
think it's
did.
gonna end up being 51 movies in a year-end recap. I think we talked about it.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
I don't know. Who cares?
We tried.
Have this.
Here we go.
Look, the bucket
pulls it,
travels
how many
across
points
shots.
is it?
Wow. Ooh.
Let me give it a stir.
Nick.
Come on.
Give it a shuffle.
You have to flick it at your camera when you pick it, or after you
no,
read
I don't
it.
want that one.
You don't want that one?
one's-
But what
no,
would it?
no,
what would,
no, I didn't look. It just
Okay,
felt
you
wrong.
just
But what
rejected
was
it.
felt
it?
wrong.
I'm so anxious. We'll never
Oh
know.
no.
Suspense.
Ooh,
What?
Cameron will be happy. Goodfellas.
Oh, I'm kind of sad it's not Godfather though.
That was at the end of the show, wasn't it?
No, that was
I was
right.
supposed
No,
to
no,
play.
no. You do that right there.
Sick.
Goodfellas.
Sick.
Let's read Goodfellas, 1990. Put the bucket back and not knock Carl's egg over. Success. It's going on the wall, Carl. It's just not there.
All right.
1990. It's 2.5 hours long.
Back to this.
A
another
young
long
man
movie.
grows up in the mob and works very hard to advance himself through the ranks. He enjoys his life of money and luxury, but is oblivious to the horror that he causes. A drug
Great.
addiction and a few mistakes ultimately unravel his climb to the top, based on the book Wise Guy by Nicholas
Sparks.
Pileggi. Judas River. Ray Liotta, who's in The Godfather, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Paul Sorvino, Frank Vincent, Sam Jackson's in this movie.
Sam Jackson.
Not for very long. And
Come on.
Robert De
Spoilies.
Niro, I already said right.
You did.
So many people.
What's his face? Tony Montana. What's his name in real life?
Al Pacino.
Al
Hey.
Pacino's on that
Alfredo.
one.
Charles Scorsese's in this too. Great cast, great film. Later than Godfather. Godfather's in the 70s, so this is 1990. I have
Gotcha.
seen some of this on television.
Oh my god.
This is the movie that, for whatever reason, at my aunt and uncle's house, we used to go for Thanksgiving. My uncle would put on this movie.
That
for,
is not a good family
while
watch.
we eat Thanksgiving dinner on the
interesting.
couch.
That's extreme.
So I've seen bits and pieces. But
I've seen probably the
don't know anything about it.
first hour and a half.
Hey.
But it's been 13, 14 years. So I don't have, I have certain memories, but not enough. They're really going to destroy
I know.
everything.
Our
The dogs
dogs-
start fighting when the show needs to end, but we are not going to end the show yet. So we have to talk about favorite thing that we watched that was in the movie this week.
Ooh.
I feel like ours is going to be the
Well,
same.
real quick, how many points
Oh,
did we
yeah.
end up with Sundance's hotness scale?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
The end,
shoot.
tally.
Out of 10, let's say.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Hey, dogs, please stop it.
That
Well,
look.
see, I feel like out of 10, he was probably out of 10 and then lost some for the rapiness, but then
Yeah.
he gained too many back, so he's back to a full 10. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, he's hot.
100%.
He's hot.
Yeah.
Is he the hottest guy we've seen in a movie yet? I think so.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
I
think about
also I thought 90s Tom Cruise was pretty cute. This
90s
guy's better.
Tom Cruise has that middle tooth.
Yep.
I know you're anti Tom
I
Cruise.
can't do it.
Cassidy's got that rugged man quality that Tom Cruise doesn't have, and he's taller.
Tom Cruise
You know,
is
some
soft.
people would
Pitt?
say,
Brad Pitt sucks. I don't like
yeah,
Brad
I
Pitt.
In
would.
Fight Club?
Yeah.
I'd take Sundance over Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt sucks. I don't like Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt in
What
Fight
about
Club.
Come on.
300? Gerard Butler,
Nah, screw that guy.
Leonidas.
Leonidas versus Sundance.
Well, Sundance doesn't have abs.
We don't know. We didn't see him
Yeah.
with his shirt off.
I don't know.
He
man.
probably has
probably does.
abs. He's a bandit.
There were so many abs.
He's gotta
I
be
mean, even
strong.
Oh, no, no, no.
Versus classic bad boy.
even Michael Fassbender in 300 was pretty.
No.
David Bowie.
and all of his
David Bowie and we're gonna dance magic dance all the way to the
His
top of the hot
point.
scale.
0%
Yeah.
would not make out
Jump
with David
magic
Bowie.
jump. You can't. He's dead.
Well, hypothetically.
Also, no, Sundance Kid's still
I've-
alive. Actually, he just
He
looks
is.
like hell.
Yeah,
'cause
he's
he's
old
very
now.
old.
You know, that's what happens.
Yeah, he's pretty
I'm going to give it to Sundance Kid.
What do you mean?
So-
I'm looking through for hotness. I'm
Oh.
looking through the list.
You gotta
What
give it
about
to him.
Sundance Kid versus Madonna?
I'm gonna give it to
God,
Sundance
Madonna
Kid.
was hot.
Madonna
but she's
was
not a
pretty
dude.
hot.
We're talking about hot dudes.
I'm just saying. Hotness can
That's the
transcend
only thing she didn't
genders.
have going for her. Yeah.
I'd put Sundance Kid over Madonna personally.
Even
Shout out to Robert Redford.
Madonna in League of Their Own, that era.
Yeah, that's what we're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
Madonna now is
Certainly
a
more than
horror
now.
show.
Certainly more than now.
Poor Madonna.
She's a horror show.
She did it to herself. She deserves it.
She
looks
did do it to
terrible.
herself. She could have
Okay.
just been wrinkly.
It's
Madonna also is kind of in the hospital like not doing great right now. So we're sorry, Madonna.
I don't like that.
We hope you're
but I
okay.
wish her face wasn't
Health
plastic.
issues or
Yeah.
yeah.
She, like me. Yeah.
Dolly Parton looks better and is older.
Oh,
Dolly Parton's
Dolly.
a treasure.
Dolly Parton's a queen.
patron saint of Tennessee.
Can we watch a movie with her in it?
She in
Probably.
movies?
She's
gotta be in
definitely,
something.
She's
done a
got to
couple-
make at least cameos.
she
yeah.
definitely has done movies.
She's in Miss Congeniality too. Armed and Fabulous.
I'm not gonna look up Dolly Parton Mars. We got to talk about the things that we watched that wasn't this
Alright.
movie. Carl, do you have something?
I watched a bunch of stuff. I watched Tom's new special. I watched
Oh, God, yeah.
Jaws because that's another.
watched Jaws?
that almost
for
made the
first
list.
time. For the first time, I
I've
hadn't
never
seen
seen it. I've never seen
Very
it.
good movie. And then I watched Cool Hand Luke because I wanted more Paul Newman, which
Nice.
is also a very good.
How
movie.
it was good?
Really kind of sad,
Oh,
Wow. Cool.
I've kind of
It's
wanted
kinda
to.
You did that before this, right?
but it's also pretty good. It's also kind of lighthearted too.
They referenced that in an episode of Gilmore Girls, so I've kind of
Go
always
ahead,
wanted
Luke.
to watch it.
Yeah,
But if it's sad, then maybe not.
it's toes that line. It's kind of got one of those ambiguous endings
Yeah.
a little bit, but
Robert Redford's in a baseball movie called The Natural that I've been told I should watch a million times and have not watched because I don't watch movies.
Never heard of it.
He stars. He is the Natural in The Natural.
the ending I was thinking of was the Jeremiah Johnson movie.
I've not seen
With
that.
yeah, I wanted to watch that
I've not
too.
heard
I wanted
of
to watch
that.
a lot of movies. It's like an outdoorsy kind of. He's just like a woodsman, kind of. That's all I know about it. I didn't ever seen it,
Gotcha.
but it looks good.
What was your favorite?
Mine is. I know we watched Sledgehammer.
Yep.
The Sledgehammer was great, the new Tom special. But I enjoyed Arnold so much.
Oh, yeah.
The Arnold
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that.
like limited docu-series on Netflix, which does address the kind of crappy family side of Arnold's life in the third episode. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously with him producing it, it's not going to be,
Right.
super damning. But Arnold's the
Or is
best,
it?
man. Shout out to Arnold. Predator's awesome. Terminator movies are awesome. I want to watch Twins.
We gotta.
I want to watch.
Why have we not watched that?
Kindergartner Cop? What's that other one?
I don't know.
Shoot.
What's the Christmas one with Arnold?
Christmas.
Where he's trying to find
Jingle
a
All the
toy.
Way.
Jingle All the
Oh,
Way.
gosh.
It's a good movie.
Demolition Man, is that Arnold?
You watched that, though.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
It's not Total
All
Recall.
the Conan.
No, Total
movies?
Recall is Sly. What's Total Recall?
There's
'Cause
one
I,
where he's
I watched
like-
that one too. Wait, no, maybe that's it. Maybe it's Total Recall.
I don't
There's a lot of
know.
movies.
I don't.
It's Total
so many.
Recall. So I
There's
watched
so many.
I watched Demolition Man and Total Recall day after day because I was like, I want to watch some cyberpunk movies. And Demolition Man, I thought was going to be lighter in tone. Super not.
Is that the one
Total
where-
Recall was lighter in tone. A little bit. That Total Recall has like the space McDonald's or Taco Bell, and it's hilarious. And it's that one's Sylvester Stallone, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Demolition or Demolition Man is, and Total Recall is like wild. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I love Arnold. Love Arnold movies, and that documentary series is awesome. It was in 3 parts. So it's the first part is Arnold the bodybuilder. The second part is Arnold the actor, and the third part is Arnold the politician. And there is like
I forgot about that.
there is crossplay between them, but it's just like an young Austrian boy going, "I want to go to America and be a bodybuilder," and then just does everything. And then he's like, "I want to be in movies next," and then he just is. And then he's like, "I'd like to be the governor,"
And then he just
does
is.
What's
that.
he gonna
Like-
do next?
Right now he's
Retire.
feeding cookies to his donkeys in his house.
Pretty cute.
Donkeys in his house.
Follow Arnold on Instagram
really
and
cute.
Threads. It's the
Okay.
best,
That's
dude.
pretty
How old is
Arnold's
Arnold now? Like 70?
74, something like that. He's old, but he's still jacked.
Yeah.
He can't move super well, like walk and bend and stuff, but like he's
Oh.
still.
That's why
in
I'm
the
not
show,
gonna
he's
jack.
still like
Exactly.
working
I wanna move
out.
when I'm old.
And
You
he's
don't
like,
want to work out.
Man, if I'm gonna be in my 70s and have biceps bigger than my head is currently, like that's the way to do it. And he's like, I don't know, man.
Hi, baby.
He's a
awesome.
machine.
He is
Not the machine.
He's the
He's
Terminator.
not the machine.
Yeah, it's true.
He'll be back. So yeah, no, that was my favorite thing I watched. The
God, if those aren't his last words, just I'll be back.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
no, he's got to figure that out.
he just gives that like Terminator 2 thumbs up at the end. It's It's like, oh, I'll be back.
He goes, "I'll be back," but then doesn't die for like 2 weeks. But he's just sitting there.
Have we seen
Can't say anything else now.
Have we all
Can't
seen
say
the
anything.
Terminator movies?
No,
You knew this.
I don't know if I did.
I don't know why you're
Carl,
shocked.
you've seen.
I haven't seen it, but I know all the references. Like I
Oh
knew the
my
thumbs
I've
up
seen
thing.
them.
I
I've
know
seen
it's bad.
We got to do.
It's not bad,
I've only
Carl.
seen.
80s
It's not
blockbusters, 'cause I
bad.
just saw Jaws, so I got a lot of
You've
catching up
seen
to
the
do.
most Terminator films out of all of us.
I have.
I've only seen T1 and T2.
I've seen
Oh, he's abbreviating them, Carl.
T1 and T2. Thank you.
This is serious.
I didn't love
Terminator
the
2,
Terminator movies.
The
but-
rare better sequel. It's one of the
When
rare
did they start
times the
falling
sequels
off? Like
work.
when should I stop watching them? After like 2 or after
After-
3?
No, after 3 was good.
Which one was too sad?
Because there's like 15 of them now. There's like too many.
Here's the
I
problem.
liked 3.
If I watch one and I like it, I have to watch them all. It's just where
No.
I'm at.
You can watch Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 and go, those
I
are
don't
good.
think I can.
Because they do kind of like, don't they start reaching a little bit after those two movies?
I mean, Salvation, I don't remember. I mean, they're all a little crazy.
They're all ridiculous.
But
I mean,
They're all
90s
a little
action.
reachy.
I didn't mind
Yeah.
Salvation. I thought it was good.
I need your clothes.
I haven't
your
seen
boots,
past
and your
that, though.
motorcycle.
I know nothing about them.
God, dude. You get to see Arnold's ass
Oh,
in the beginning of T1.
talk about hot points.
Who's
Selling
hot?
point.
Who's hotter, Arnold Schwarzenegger
Arnold,
or
Sundance Kid.
Yeah,
Who's hotter?
yeah, who's hotter?
Sundance Kid.
Alright.
Who would I want to hang out with though?
Arnold.
Well, yeah.
100%. Like almost more than any other celebrity alive. Give me 5 minutes with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'd be like, that was the best 5 minutes of my life. It'd be amazing. I'd be like, can you bench me physically? And he'd be like, I can bench 5. It'd be the best. It'd be the best. You are so
Lay
puny,
down.
man. Your arms are like drinking straws. It'd be the best, dude. And I'd be like, insult me more. Why is your hair like that, girly man? It'd be so good. I would love it. Oh, I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love you. When,
He's watching.
When you're watching.
He's watching.
He's like, this podcast is terrible. It'd be
When
so
go
good.
to watch Terminator.
God.
Watch a real movie.
Oh my god! Now I might just go watch 3-1 after this.
I kind
boy.
of want to.
Have fun with that. I'm gonna
let's,
not do that.
I would like to say what my favorite thing was.
Oh, I was gonna wrap the show up.
No,
Go, Nick,
I
go.
won't let you.
I missed Nick's favorite thing. Like he misses key plot points in the movie.
Shut up, bro. My favorite thing was Sledgehammer, Tom Segura.
Yeah.
But we've all said that. So I'll give you my second favorite thing, which was Carpool Karaoke, the show. I know. That's the appropriate response. But Danny Pudi and Pudi?
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
I've
but
never
it's-
said that out loud. I didn't know if it was right.
No, it is.
Allison Brie.
But it's fun to say.
Danny Pudi and Allison Brie,
nice.
featuring Joel McHale.
Your boy.
That is my
All
boy.
three of them in a car driving down LA, singing Childish Gambino songs. It was incredible.
That sounds pretty good.
Aw.
Joel
I'm
McHale
glad
looked
they're all
great.
friends in real life.
Joe McHale's amazing.
51.
Yeah, he's
Looks great.
Joe McHale's the same age as my dad.
That doesn't seem right.
Well, my dad worked very hard his whole life.
Joel McHale.
Like
You don't know. Did Joel McHale work hard?
and doesn't have crews of people
Well,
That's
to make
true.
him hot.
and physical labor, you know.
Joe McHale also
I kind of don't know what your dad does, though.
hair transplant.
Your dad,
Joe
had
McHale has had a hair transplant. So
Brian
he's just
Dials,
cheating.
hair transplant.
Joe McHale's cheating.
Yeah.
It looks really good though. You can see it
Yeah,
in Community.
I
His
didn't
hairline
know.
like starts sucking
Yeah.
in those later
Oh.
seasons that
My
don't
forehead's
exist.
not that big.
Yeah.
All those jokes.
Oh man, 3 seasons in a movie. Can't wait.
Ugh.
Just announced that Chevy Chase not going to be in the movie. Good.
Not
Shocker.
surprised.
Good.
He's dead. In
Yeah.
The in the show.
Oh, yeah, well, and almost in real life.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
On that note, Carl's gonna go play with his phones.
Good luck.
I'm gonna go watch. I'm gonna go just look at Arnold Schwarzenegger's body on the television.
Cool.
So, and we're gonna watch something.
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
Where'd the ticket go? The dog ate it.
I
It's
threw
right
it.
there. It's on the floor.
It's on the floor.
On the
I'll put it. I'll
floor.
put it on the pile of spent tickets. Yeah. You know, podcast. We're gonna have more stuff on the wall soon. It's gonna look better than this. We have Her Majesty, the forever monarch in our eyes, because the king sucks. And this bat signed by
God
Brad
save the
Miller,
queen.
the
I
world's
have,
best
I
baseball
have
player.
all I need with
Yeah, Barney
Barney
and Barney.
Fife and Barney Fife.
Shout out to the Andy Griffith Show, starring Andy
So
Griffith,
good.
also starring
West Virginia's own.
Don Knotts.
Don
Ooh.
Knotts. Yeah, we got a statue for him.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
If I could do, I wish I could do
Only
a,
on the
a
internet.
Don Knotts impression. That'd be pretty lit. But his voice is really difficult.
You need to work on it before you do them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not even gonna try it
Yeah.
ever.
Do it in
Ever.
Do it in the
can't-
mirror.
I can't wait to
I wouldn't
listen
do it.
back
Do it
to
in the mirror.
this and see how terrible the Arnold was. Because it's
I
probably,
thought it was good.
It's probably really
I thought it
bad.
was good.
I
Anyway,
think his Arnold Schwarzenegger is
I-
funny.
can't do impressions, but I think they're fun. So
But I do them all the
on
time.
that note, we're gonna watch Goodfellas and be bummed out probably, and we'll
Great.
get back with you and do more podcasts. Halfway done
Woo!
with this year, and then who knows? Maybe we'll stop.
We'll do this
We're not
forever.
gonna stop because
I'll
I've
never
spent
stop.
way too much money on this. So we'll catch you in the next one.